This will tell you how bad it is.
Right, you need this key on there.
Well, I didn't. I just looked at my nursing out there before. So, okay, I didn't think I'd look at that at first.
And I was right.
Used to.
It used to get
First time I
handed
did
out.
things,
We're spoiled to have it for so long because you should have
no, I just don't.
he was ready to. He's going to go to the county.
So then I was thinking, I must have looked at it. That's once I did the
That's
meeting
why
and
he
stuff.
didn't say anything.
But I couldn't have done that later.
There's too many other people in this room.
I must have installed it.
He didn't want to go, but he did.
Maybe it's okay to put it up into I haven't heard that.
I think so.
I think he can walk.
It's all right, jerk.
He's from Minnesota. I walk to work.
This is on. It's not on Keynote tonight. Just kind of swipe up and do it on your phone.
I hobble to work.
If you want to point anything out, if you hold your finger on it for a second to write down.
I got a lot done for the couch. I bet. I was actually probably more productive than I usually am.
Thanks.
Now he's ready to start.
I just realized that for the city council hearing, we actually mailed them a letter.
Hello. Nothing.
It's a great night.
It's like 108 letters. So, not too much from that, but probably see a few more people next week because they got invitations.
We're having a great night for technology. It was 2 minutes.
It's been a week.
We've got power, but no sound.
Hello.
They're working now.
Hello, we're working now. Commissioner Hammer's going to sing us a song while we wait.
You're super funny.
Now we're live.
You ready to go down there now? Everything's good? Okay, all right. We'll go ahead and call this Tooele City Planning Commission meeting to order this Wednesday, July 10th, 2024, at the hour 7 p.m. here in City Council chambers. First item on our agenda tonight is our Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll all please rise. Number 2 on our agenda tonight is our roll call. Commissioner Hammer.
Here.
Commissioner Proctor. Here. Commissioner Sloan. Here. Commissioner Robinson. Here. Commissioner Jensen. Here. Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
And please excuse Commissioner Dunn. I'd also like to recognize Councilwoman Manzione. Staff members Hall, Agard, and Baker are joining us tonight. Number 3 on our agenda tonight is a public hearing and a recommendation on an annexation petition and plat regarding the annexation of 61.16 acres of property located at 750 North Drewby Road in Tooele City's incorporated boundaries. Mr. Agard.
Thank you, Commissioners. You're probably familiar with this annexation petition as it had previously been applied for by the applicant a couple of years ago. This is an entirely new annexation petition application. It does involve the same property, the 61 acres highlighted in red on the aerial photograph. The 61 acres are immediately east of Drew Bay Road and immediately south of 850 North, or the Carr Fork subdivision, and are currently located in unincorporated Tooele County. The property currently does not have a land use designation. However, you'll note on the land use map that the surrounding properties in the city are medium density residential, which is a single family residential zone, usually with densities of about 4 or 5 units per acre. And then the surrounding zonings on the property are R17. Surrounding the property, R17. This is the annexation plat that shows the property that is proposed for annexation. And the applicant submitted a statement of intended use for Canyon Springs development. They wish to develop the property into 172 single-family lots on an average lot size of 11,000 square feet, some of those being as large as a half an acre. So that is their intention for the property if it is to be annexed into the city. And then this is a conceptual plan showing how they could possibly lay out the subdivision for development. As part of the process to annex property, Tooele City Code requires that the Planning Commission make a recommendation on the annexation proposal, and that recommendation then goes to the City Council. It does not require a public hearing. So basically, it's just here for you to review, to talk about, and to make a recommendation. That did include within your packet the studies that were provided by the applicant that addressed everything from water systems to sewer to public safety and finance. Everything was in there along with the conclusions of those studies. I also included in your packet a memo from the city's finance director explaining her position, or the finance department's position, in regards to the annexation and the impact on the city's finances. So that's the annexation that's being proposed. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to try and answer them for you.
All right, let's bring this back to the commission. You did say that this does not require a public hearing?
It does not require a
Okay.
public hearing. It was not noticed for one either.
Okay, then we will scratch the public hearing off the agenda here tonight. All right, questions from commission for staff? Mr. Baker? Oh, okay.
Okay, so Roger pointed out that the agenda does say public hearing, and the agenda was posted. So
Okay,
you
we
might
can
as
do
well
that.
just open a public hearing and then close it if no one wants to talk. But
Okay, we can handle that. Any questions for staff here from the commission? Yes, Commissioner Sloan.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Just from previous meetings, when we were talking about the annexation, when we changed that or tightened it up a little bit, the ordinance a little while ago, if I remember right, or maybe it wasn't even with that, but Tooele City has to supply all of these public services like water and sewer to everything that's already inside Tooele. If a developer comes inside the city and buys property, you have to provide those services. Is that correct?
yes, if a property is located within the city, they are entitled to develop by right of zoning.
Okay.
In regards to water, they have to bring their water.
Yeah.
But if they have the water rights,
have to
the
let them
city
have
has
it.
to provide the water and
Okay.
the other utilities. That's correct.
The reason I bring that up is it seems like from some of the studies, the water study, we're really close to what we need to be. And that's why I brought that up. Just we're already somewhat obligated to other properties inside the city, the way I look at it.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner Sloan.
We memory serves, we sent a positive recommendation to the city council to this previously. Is there anything substantively different in this application than there was in that one? I don't remember seeing the reports at the depth that we got to this, which was really interesting reading for some of the left brain people.
Yeah, he didn't have the reports last.
Yeah, but is there anything substantively different?
There is nothing substantively different in regards to this petition versus the first one. The studies are the same, the proposal is the same. It's essentially the same proposal.
The reason I asked the question is I was here at city council meeting when they talked about it in their work meeting, and I think some of the concerns that the council had haven't changed per se, but there was some more discussion on some things. I won't even say adjacent to but some of the requirements or some of the wishes that the council had. But, and maybe the council wants to talk about the agreements that and Roger, whoever.
Yeah, I'd like to point out Andrew already pointed out that there's a letter in your packet or a memorandum from the finance director. That's something that we didn't have 2 years ago on the council. That's new to the council also this round. So, and Andrew already pointed that out. Do you want to mention the trail that's just not part of this?
The one on the south, the UDOT right-of-way?
Right.
Yeah, you'll note that there is this concept plan is showing a trail system on the south side of the property. That is not in Tooele City. That is in Tooele County, and it's a UDOT property. That is not being annexed with this proposal. So that is property that is outside the city. And we really couldn't require the applicant to put in the trail over there because it's really on property they don't control. That, I believe, was something that was mentioned and discussed in the first round. But that is not part of this annexation proposal.
And just to add to that, since the last consideration of this annexation, the Tooele County has approached UDOT about acquiring this land for a trail since it's in the county and not in the city. And so we hope that that goes through, but it really is outside of our control and the applicant's control.
I did see, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, in the conditions that they will work with the city and the county to provide that trail, but that's the process that's in place then, huh?
Say that again.
They said that the developer needs to work with the city and the county in developing that trail.
Yeah, they would have to work with the county if they were going to
Okay.
take part of
That's
that.
what I swear I read that in the packet, but
The county's also indicated that they'd be thrilled to have more trail stuff to it too.
good. All right, good questions, good comments. Any other questions or comments? for
Comments
staff?
also, work meeting, but then the city council has a real good grasp on what if they go ahead with annexation, what they want the city to get out of it. So
And that's a better way of saying what I was trying to say.
they have, the council really hammered through options and everything and what can do. And then once it gets to the formal, they basically, they were told, if you want it, you better put it in there. So.
I suspect Councilwoman Manzione has a comment.
Just thinking.
I guess she has that look. And maybe if I've said something wrong or if Commissioner Proctor said something that we didn't hear right. Okay.
Mr. Baker?
Yeah, Commissioner Sloan, you're right. There was previously, and there has been again, a negotiation of what we think the city council will want to require the developer to bring as part of the annexation. One of those is a cash payment to help us offset the public safety cost of bringing in this amount of new homes, so a police officer basically. And that would be worked out between the mayor, police department, and fire department. Also, the previous one discussed a payment to the housing authority for affordable housing issues. That's kind of behind us because through impact fee credits. The city has already done a significant amount of help toward affordable housing initiatives. So this time the council is looking at requiring them to make a cash contribution sufficient to put in a lighted crosswalk that would get people from this development across 1000 North so they could pick up the trail and go to England Acres. It would be one of those with the pedestrian activated with flashing red lights and then a solid red light to stop the traffic. Those are and the recommendations of the various studies, water, sewer, storm drain. An executive summary will be attached to the annexation agreement like it was last time, and that will tell the developer what they have to do in terms of improving sewer and water systems.
And Roger, correct me if I'm wrong, but this agreement also has some language in regards to minimum house size. The
Yes.
previous one did not, is that correct?
That's correct.
So the annexation agreement will have these as being larger homes.
And I think that came through, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman.
No, go ahead.
That came through in the notes that this is a move-up community, not an entry-level community, which, that's fine.
And they will have to comply with our single-family design standards.
Yeah, they won't get the pass from the state on that one because it's part of the annexation agreement, so.
Okay, good. Good discussion, good comments. I appreciate all that. Anybody else have any questions or comments for staff? All right.
Actually, in the
Yes.
packet, there was reference to a recent agreement. Is that recent as in like the past year or recent in 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
If it's referring to an agreement, it would be the one that is, if I understand your question correctly, it'd be the one that we're currently working out with the council.
Yeah, good clarification. All right, I'll entertain a motion on this one. No, we need public hearing, you're right, correct. Thank you, Mr. Sloan, appreciate that. We'll go ahead and open the public hearing on this particular item. If you'd like to speak to this annexation, please approach the podium. State your name for the record. Write your name for the record. Okay, seeing no one approach, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission for further action.
Make a motion.
Yes, Commissioner Proctor.
I move we forward a positive recommendation to the city council for the annexation petition request and annexation plat by Howard Schmidt to annex 61.16 acres located at approximately 650 North Derby Road into Tooele City based on the findings listed in the staff report dated July 3rd, 2024.
Okay, I got a positive recommendation from Commissioner Proctor. We have a second.
I'll second.
And a second from Commissioner Hammer. Any discussion before we take this to a vote? Commissioner Hammer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Proctor?
Aye.
Commissioner Sloan?
Aye.
Commissioner Robinson?
Aye.
Commissioner Jensen?
No.
Commissioner Anderson?
No.
I am Chairman Hamilton. I also vote aye. This is a positive recommendation, 5-2, going up to the City Council. Moves us on to number 4 on our agenda tonight is a public hearing and decision on an application number 2024-020. It's a request by Higley Gonzalez for a conditional use approval to allow an in-home child care business for between 8 to 16 children on property located at 942 North, 650 East in the R17 zoning district. Mr. Hall?
Thank you. It's always nice to come to the podium and get the reminder of how much shorter I am than Andrew. So don't always get that every
Well,
time.
Maurice is next. So.
This is, as you said, a request for conditional use permit approval to allow an in-home daycare at 8 to 16 children, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago with a different application. In-home daycares are allowed as home occupation business licenses when they go to 8 children, and up to 16 children is the absolute maximum. They do require conditional use from this planning commission. So that's what this application is. It is in the R17 zone. That's the property right there. And then there's a really exciting zoning slide that shows that everything literally around it, for as much as I wanted to go, was R17. This is deep in the R17 zone. The applicant, Ms. Gonzalez, gave 5 points. That's just a shot of the home from Google Drive. My photo didn't turn out well, so I'm having a great week that way. for things. But the 5 points of her plan to operate and keep traffic under control. As you know, one of the things that we were most concerned about in the past has been drop off and pick up at the house. 16 kids is kind of the maximum that we feel like we can handle in any in-home situation. But with drop off and pick up, that becomes an issue at times. Her 5 kind of main points are this. She doesn't begin operations till about 7:30. That's when an outside helper, if she gets more than eight children, would come into the property. Children have arrivals scheduled between 8 and 9:30 at different times. They're all assigned for the parents as they sign up, so that we can have them dropped off in staggered times. They're quick times, but they are staggered. And then 2 spaces in the driveway are always available. It is a good big driveway if you look at it there. And her cars are in the garage, no problem. So that keeps parking available. They can come off the street, park in the driveway, run their kids in. She keeps a worker, either her or somebody else, or the outside worker at the door during drop-off and pick-up times, just waiting for the parents so that you can kind of speed along that transition. And that way, it keeps things moving fast. It also keeps the kids safe, so there's no question that someone's always with them. And then also operations end at 6 for this business. They're done by 6 o'clock, and the outside worker goes home. Those were her methods to combat the problems that we see with these kind of uses. Staff feels like those are good methods, and we've recommended them as conditions in the 4 conditions you see there, and we are recommending approval. Do you have any questions for staff at this point?
Let's bring it back to the commission for questions for staff. Anybody? Okay,
Thanks very
looks like
much.
none. This one does require a public hearing. Is Ms. Gonzalez here tonight? Okay, we'll hold you off until after the public hearing. Looks like there's not a whole lot. So if you want to address the commission, they'll give you free time to do it yourself. All right, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing now. If you'd like to address this particular item on our agenda tonight, please approach the podium. State your name for the record. Write your name for the record. Seeing no one approach, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. And if Ms. Gonzalez would like to address the commission, she's welcome to. If not, it's no big deal.
Looks like she's dying to, though.
She's good. All right. We'll bring this back to the commission for further action.
Chairman, I'll make a motion.
Yes.
I
Commissioner
move that
Hammer.
we approve the application number 2024-020, a request for conditional use permit by Ms. Gonzalez to allow an in-home childcare business for between 8 to 16 children on the property at 942 North, 650 East in the R17 zoning district, based on the findings of fact and subject to the conditions listed in the staff report dated July 5th, 2024.
All right. I got a motion to approve from Commissioner Hammer. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And a second from Commissioner Jensen. Commissioner Hammer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Proctor?
Aye.
Commissioner Sloan?
Aye.
Commissioner Robinson?
Aye.
Commissioner Jensen?
Aye.
Commissioner Anderson?
Aye.
I am Chairman Hamilton. I also vote aye. This one passes 7-0. Good luck with that. Moves us on to number 5 on our agenda here is our city council reports. Of course not.
Down.
That was really defiant looking.
Wow.
Still need a stool. Let's see. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. We had a lot of fun events in the city. I attended a lot of them. Councilman Hudson did as well. They were great events, and that's all I have to report because we didn't have a meeting that week because of the 4th of July. So do you have questions?
Breakfast was kicked
For-
butt.
What?
Breakfast was awesome.
Breakfast was awesome. It was, I agree.
My only comment on the parade is we still got to figure out a way to keep the kids away from the center line, chasing candy. There should be like a test of how far you can throw candy before you're allowed to.
Well, from what I heard, there wasn't a lot of candy, so
I've heard that a lot too, from grandkids that shall remain nameless.
yeah, mine too. So anyway, thanks for serving and thanks for being here.
You too. Thank you for serving. All right, moves us on to number 6 on our agenda tonight is a review and approval of our Planning Commission minutes for the meeting held on June 26th. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move we approve the minutes for the meeting held on 26 June 2024.
Motion to approve from Commissioner Robinson. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Commissioner Proctor. Commissioner Hammer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Proctor?
Aye.
Commissioner Sloan?
Aye.
Commissioner Robinson?
Aye.
Commissioner Jensen?
Aye.
Commissioner Anderson?
I'll abstain.
I'm Chairman Hamilton. I vote aye. That one passes 7-0. Number 7 on our agenda, 6-0.
One abstention.
Oh, I didn't hear the abstain, sorry about that. We've got one abstention. Put it in the middle there. Okay. All right, 6-1.
You don't have an abstention, Colin?
No, I don't. Moves us on to number 7. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. We are adjourned. Thank you.